Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The City of Greensboro is encouraging the public to be mindful of how their actions can help reduce the spread of COVID-19 variants. One option is to get vaccinated. Businesses and restaurants may require masks inside their facilities. The public is asked to respect any business that requires masks. Greensboro Mayor Nancy Vaughn said being opposed to wearing a mask in public is putting a strain on our hospitals, workforce, first responders, and business community. In order to stop spreading this virus, we must each do our part by responsibly wearing a mask, getting fully vaccinated, and maintaining social distance. To help combat the spread of COVID-19, the City of Greensboro has partnered with Cone Health and Guilford County to offer a testing and vaccination site at the Greensboro Coliseum Complex, as well as provide public education materials. For more information, please refer to the city's social media channels, Greensboro Television Network, and the city's COVID-19 website. Due to the rising cases of COVID-19, the City of Greensboro has reinstated its mask mandate for all city-owned facilities to maximize protection from the Omicron variant. Guilford County is considered an area of high transmission with a rising 14-day positive COVID-19 test rate. If the positivity rate continues to rise, the city will consider implementing additional safety measures. Interim City Manager Chris Wilson said it's imperative for the city to be vigilant and maintain the focus on public safety. I encourage the continued cooperation and understanding from our employees and the public to do their part to help us get through this pandemic. Under the revised guidelines, the city requires face coverings or masks for vaccinated and unvaccinated individuals entering all city facilities. Employees, residents, and visitors are asked to wear masks when indoors for their protection and the protection of others. Signs are posted at the entrance to city facilities, and masks will be available at entrances staffed by security personnel should a visitor need one. If you frequent the downtown area, you've probably encountered the road work underway. All lanes of North Eugene Street between Belmead and West Smith Streets are closed for the installation of a water line and the next phase of the Eugene-Belmead Streetscape project. Construction work will include a new sidewalk, curb, gutter, and planters. These improvements will be completed and the streets will reopen by mid-April. Businesses are open within the two-block area along with pedestrian access. Signs are posted to direct patrons to parking. The Eugene Street parking deck is available as an alternative to on-street parking in the area. Motorists should use alternate routes to avoid the road closure and follow the posted detour signs. The city developed a partnership with Cone Health to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way for each of us to improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
Are you experiencing stress due to remote learning during COVID-19? If so, you're not alone. We're going to talk about ways to manage the stress as remote learning continues during this new normal. This is a stressful time for all of us, and it is normal and appropriate for parents and for children to be experiencing the stress of COVID-19. Something that's been especially stressful is that it's put so many parents in the situation of having to juggle working from home with managing their children's remote learning. One thing that I recommend is looking for ways to establish boundaries. You could do that through establishing some semblance of a routine. It doesn't have to be a strict schedule, but just making sure that you have, regular meal times and times of day when you're definitely working and times of day when you are definitely not working. So one thing I definitely recommend is that parents try to set aside time for quality time with their kids. We're around each other more now, but the quality of that time has gone down for many of us. Try to set aside time for quality time so that you're not always trying to work while they're trying to go to school in the background, but that there are also dedicated times that you spend to just enjoy each other's company. When you see your child feeling stress, one thing that I definitely recommend is being an active listener. So rather than waiting for your child to reach out to you, reaching out to them and letting them know that this is stressful and you're here for them. If your child doesn't want to talk about it, that's okay. Go ahead and give them their space. But at least that way they know that you're there and that their stress is normal. It's not something strange or wrong about them. When your child does come to you with concerns, the first thing that I recommend is to just listen to them. As parents, it's really normal to have an urge to comfort our children and reassure them that things are okay. But in this situation especially, that could inadvertently have the effect of invalidating their feelings. After you've listened to their concerns, see if there's something that they can do today that might make them feel a little better. We can't make the pandemic go away, but maybe there's some small thing that they can control in their life right now that might bring them some sense of relief. While a certain amount of stress is normal and even appropriate, there are some symptoms that may be a sign that you could benefit from further treatment. Among adults and children, these can include difficulties with sleep, changes in appetite that cause an impact on weight, either weight gain or weight loss, loss of interest in activities you or your child used to enjoy, difficulty focusing or paying attention, more frequent bouts of tearfulness, or even increased irritability. You may also experience excessive worry and difficulty relaxing, or a lack of energy and persistent feelings of fatigue. While children may also demonstrate all of those symptoms, they may also have unique symptoms of anxiety and depression. These can include fluctuations in grades. So for example, if you notice your child struggling with a subject that used to be easy for them, many children will manifest symptoms of anxiety and depression physically. So your child may complain of stomach troubles and not really be able to identify the cause. If your child is having difficulty focusing or avoiding activities that they used to like, that could be due to anxiety or depression related to the COVID-19 pandemic. If you or your child are experiencing any of these symptoms, or if you would simply benefit from talking to someone, many providers are offering telehealth visits that you can attend from the safety of your own home. While this time is challenging, it's important to remember that remote learning helps slow the spread of COVID-19 and keep children and family members safe. This will not last forever. By following these steps while remembering to wash your hands regularly, wear a mask when in public, and practice social distancing, we will get through this pandemic.
The new play project winner for 2022 has been announced, and the Piedmont Discovery Scavenger Hunt is back by popular demand. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Creative Greensboro presents the new play project winner, Wolves of Ravensbrook, written by Sally Kinka and directed by Todd Fisher. Performances will take place in the Stephen D. Hires Theater at 7 p.m. from Thursday, January 13th to Saturday, January 15th. The final show is at 2 p.m. on Sunday, January 16th. The January 14th performance will feature a moderated conversation with the playwright and director. Admission is free with a suggested donation of $10. Audience members must register online in advance. In the Wolves of Ravensbrook, Russian artillery is heard drawing nearer and nearer. 7 women in the notorious Ravensbrook Nazi concentration camp struggle to survive long enough to be liberated. They realize the strength of their dedication to each other, and their use of the arts as a survival tool may be their saving grace. The theater is inside the Greensboro Cultural Center located at 200 North Davie Street. The Piedmont Discovery Scavenger Hunt is back, and it involves 8 local cities, towns, and Guilford County. The year-long contest will give away prizes valued at more than $2,000. The official rules and instructions on how to enter are available online. To get started, download the free Piedmont Discovery mobile app. Browse the app for clues about which parks to search. They will be labeled with a special Scavenger Hunt Search Here icon. Up to 4 park locations across Guilford County will be part of the contest each month. Find the scavenger hunt Found It signs hidden in those parks. It provides contest entry instructions and a special code. Enter the code in the online entry form for a chance to win that month's prize package. Remember to stay on the trails and pathways and avoid planted areas and water features. No climbing or going off-road is required to play this game. Each month there will be a new prize package worth up to $250. Visit the Piedmont Discovery Facebook page for details about each prize package. Greensboro Parks and Recreation is partnering with the Greensboro JCs to focus on your physical health and well-being with the 22 for 22 Winter Workout Challenge. Throughout January, sign up online to accept the challenge to walk, run, bike, or boat a total of 22 miles. Everyone who completes the challenge will be entered into drawings for 3 Parks and Recreation prize packages worth an estimated $75 each. Participants will receive tips via email throughout the month. Track your miles and submit them by Friday, February 4th to be entered into the drawings. Not sure where to walk? Download the Piedmont Discovery app to search for trails or greenways based on difficulty and proximity to your home or office. United Way of Greater Greensboro is boldly going where no other United Way agency has gone before. Coming up after the break, we'll introduce you to United Way's new CEO and his bold goal. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Families locked in generational poverty have an ally when it comes to providing the support and resources needed to break those chains. Joining me now to tell us about the Bold Goal Initiative is Kari Garvin. He is the new president and CEO of United Way of Greater Greensboro. Hello, Kari. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for joining me. Now, you recently assumed the role of president CEO of United Way of Greater Greensboro. Tell me, what was it that motivated you to apply for this position?
It's just, the answer's simple. It's really just the mission, right? So the ambition to end poverty, that's really been my life's work for the last, I'm going to date myself, the last 20 years or so. So new to United Way, but not new to the work, not new to the mission. It's an issue that has been with us since almost the beginning of time, and it's just something that's near and dear to my heart.
Wonderful. Well, United Way is certainly committed to this notion of quality of life and improving the quality of life for all Greensboro residents. Now that you are entering your 6th month on the job, how is the transition going and how are you feeling aligned with this goal?
Wow, has it only been 6 months? The transition's going well. Right away, I recognized the resources that were already available to United Way, a strong board. We have staff who are really engaged and just tremendous professionals, and then all of the groundswell of support from the community can almost make United Way of Greater Greensboro operate on autopilot, almost. And so just with a great infrastructure in place, it was pretty easy to kind of come in. And plus the legacy. I mean, there was already a strong legacy of work that had already been laid before I even entered into the role. So all of those things are making the transition really easy.
Wonderful. I'm glad to hear that, and we're so glad to have you.
Thank you.
Now, what exciting things does United Way of Greater Greensboro have in store this year?
We've got some good things coming up. Number one, in just a couple months, on the 1st of March, that will mark our 100-year anniversary. And so
Wow.
we're looking, so lots of activities planned, not just on and around that day, but really throughout the year to celebrate the centennial. And then just a few months ago, we launched our Bold Goal. So you mentioned that at the top, and this is really drives our work. So the ambition is to transition at least 3,000 households out of poverty by the year 2030. And so that everything that we will do, everything that we will touch, all roads will lead to that. And so in addition to the 100-year and centennial and the Bold Goal, we will also refresh our strategy to double down on that movement and make sure that we accomplish all of our goals.
Okay, so speaking of refreshing the strategy, what does that entail? What does that look like as far as this goal or bold goal to end generational poverty?
Yeah, so refreshing the strategy just has to do with really just building the next phase of the work, right? Before I came on board, there was a lot of work done to actually set the stage for the bold goal and really to even land on and pinpoint what the target should be, the 3,000 households. But now we're ready to actually activate. And so that means a couple different things for us. The first is that it's important that our endeavor to end or break the cycle of poverty is really grounded on research, right? We have a real theoretical framework that really underpins the work. And so that theoretical framework is based on this idea, this model of integrated service delivery. Those include, number one, making sure that basic needs are met, right? We all need access to clothing and healthcare and food and shelter, all of that. We understand that,
yes.
right? So it begins there, but then it also includes making sure that households have ready access, again, to healthcare, to education, to financial support, financial training, job literacy, all of that, financial literacy. So all of those pieces, and I know I'm repeating myself, but working together, it really is the cumulative effect of all of those components that really work together to help a household transition out of poverty. So when we talk about refreshing the strategy, it has to do with making sure that our targets are all lined up to address each of those components that I just named.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a lot of categories and a lot of opportunity.
Right.
So surely you need help with this because
Yes.
United Way can't do it all by itself.
Right.
How can the community and those who are watching be part of this Bold Goal initiative?
Yeah, I really appreciate you asking that. So there are really three ways or three primary ways that this can happen. Number one, giving. Financial resources really are important. I don't want to be shy about that, to really empower us and to equip us to deliver on our goals. So giving is one. And then advocacy. We really do need advocates. We need those allies and individuals who will stand and hold the banner up with us to draw attention to the importance of this cause and to help educate the public to understand that helping to solve this issue of poverty really allows everyone to benefit, not just those who are in poverty. So it's giving, it's advocacy, and then again, the volunteering really is a big opportunity as well. And there are many ways to do that. We have events that we will convene through the course of the year, but we also just at our office, at our 1500 Yanceyville, there are opportunities there as well. So we hope that folks will give careful consideration to each of those as we try to push through 2022.
Okay, and they can find all that information on your website.
Yes.
And we're looking forward to the 100-year centennial.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you for stopping by and giving us a preview of what's to come and just giving us a chance to get to know you.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I want to personally thank you as well. You also advocate for and support our work. So thank you on a personal level for that as well.
Absolutely.
All right.
Glad to do it.
Yeah.
Do come back and give us updates.
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council has resumed meeting in the Katie Dorsett Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. There are 7 additional glass recycling locations in the city of Greensboro. Residents can take empty, clean, and dry glass bottles and jars to the blue recycling carts at the following new drop-off sites: Tiny House Community Development on West Gate City Boulevard, Hemp Hill Library on West Vandalia Road, Fire Station 17 on Old Oak Ridge Road, Guilford Park Presbyterian on Lawndale Drive, Union Coffee Company on East Wendover Avenue, Fire Station 63 on Burlington Road, and Craft Recreation Center on Yanceyville Street. Greensboro no longer collects glass in the residential recycling program. The recycled glass collected at the drop-off sites will be combined with glass collected from local bars and restaurants to be recycled. For the complete list of glass recycling drop-off sites, please visit the Field Operations section of the city's website. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, let's meet our neighbors who boomeranged back to Greensboro.
My name is Tristan Bailey, and I moved back from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
My name is Mary Beth Maddox, and I came back to Greensboro from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
I work at Guilford County Parks. I'm the marketing and special events coordinator. I never imagined as a single young black woman that I'd be able to afford a home on my own. I used the City of Greensboro's first-time homebuyers program to purchase my first home. I have to live in the home for 5 years, and it's forgiven 100%.
Being a first-time homebuyer feels great. It really gives me a sense of independence, and I just enjoy really getting to put down roots here in Greensboro and also just making this place my own.
It feels great to be back in Greensboro. I went to college here at A&T about a decade ago, and so much has changed in Greensboro since I've been gone.
I'm the marketing services specialist at Biscuitville's Restaurant Support Center, and I also just love how diverse Greensboro is. There are so many people from different walks of life here, so I enjoy meeting people and hearing all the different stories.
I came back to Greensboro because I was looking for new opportunities, and I knew I could find them here.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The city's Human Rights Commission continues its annual tradition of honoring the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy. The city will present a free video production at 9 a.m. on Monday, January 17th. The program will broadcast on the Greensboro Television Network and the city's Facebook and YouTube channels. This year's MLK Day celebration theme is Keeping the Dream Alive. The keynote speaker is Nikki Giovanni, celebrated poet, author, educator, and activist. The community will also experience performances by Sanae Sharif, Constance Devone, and Gate City Youth Poetry. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the Neighborhood Development Department. Staff is making it easy to find out how the City of Greensboro has administered funds for the Federal Emergency Rental Assistance Program. Visit the city's website to access the online dashboard. Learn the total number of Greensboro households assisted since March 2021. The dashboard also showcases the amount of federal funding allocated to the city and how much is still available. See how funds were dispersed citywide and by specific city council districts. For more information about the city's ERAP program, visit the city's website. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM and 100.7 FM. Be sure to download our weekly podcast, Talk City Greensboro, and now GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.